So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did?
That's right. That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home, only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage is safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mad shooters. That was designed fire for our babies to pass through it. And the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Back roll.
This shit gon' ride.
You'll never see another nigga like this. Used to have that white bitch popping on the night shift. Now I'm one westward, sharper than an ice pick. On you rappers' necks and it's feeling like some vice grips. Yeah, that's light shit. Send my bro a kite quick. Ties of war, we ain't forget about you. Keep your light lit. Rappers can't see. Most of them scared to witness. Go on, close your eyes. There's one right here for the trenches. Bad bitches, natural hair or extensions. Hood niggas that'll poly grip like some dentures. Brothers on them fences. 23 and 1 out. Praying that that commissary hit before it run out. Bitches on the gram, dog filter with their tongue out. Couldn't stay home because they found the dugout. Closed casket. Garcia Henders know my women riding for me. I avoided Maury, I got 2 jets. If I can't make it through for them, then I'm useless. Sit down that roof, Chris, with a couple bosses. After the war, just to count our losses. There's not many. You see a smile on my face, but I'm not friendly. Gun on my waist, sipping white Henny. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart, grip my bow tie. Waiting on the squab in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart, grip my bow tie. Living in the squab in my whole life. My whole life. It's so melodic. When I be dropping this ebonics, this ghetto phonics, it got me on the level supersonic. My bomb atomic, and you know where you can find me. Somewhere probably folding this paper origami. My name is pure as the Dasani, my wave is like a tsunami. I went from 0 to 100, feeling like Ricky Bobby. I made a deal with the Reaper. Got a couple wives, they some keepers. Talk a lot of shit, but you can't walk a mile in my sneakers. Bitches go to Miami, come home with change features. Now she got a BBL, her ass fatter. Trying to show up all them niggas that laughed at her. Now when they see her, they only wanna fuck her. They just wanna touch her, they don't wanna cuff her. They just wanna come and kick it with her like a punter. Turned her to a runner, now it's all aboard the train. Fenty on her face, but it's not concealing the pain, it's a shame. That's why I'm in the hood like some rap snacks. I know niggas kill you and your mama for a scat pack. Dark tint, matte black, they do it for half that. Had you like 90s Missy in a fucking trash bag. I'm from Philly, we don't do bank accounts, just cash app. I spit a verse and I just watch the time slow. This that God flow, this that shit that rappers die for. This that uncut Taha Wall straight from Pablo Escobar. I be at the bar like Moscato. They think it's effort, but no, this that block work. Make the countermeasures, take pleasures, making an op hurt. Lighters in the sky, cause every verse is a concert. My mind work at speed y'all can't fathom. Listen to the words of a champion. They can't, the streets need another anthem. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart, grip my bow tie. Waiting on the squab in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart, grip my bow tie. Living in
yeah, on 44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man, busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and their head with that shit. Fine then, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel, he nice but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. They mad, I'm too solid, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. No, they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rank for real. I got real soldiers, kill for me, nigga, watch yourself. They say you been in beast mode lately, you is not yourself. When you dropping that fire, precious minds, they inquiring. They can't stop what's coming, but I see them conspiring. Cross the line, them firing. This bitch here, finna break the spin. No kindness, I don't trust you, circle small. You can keep your features. Me and my niggas don't keep no secrets. In the field like Jeepers Creepers, say they want some smoke, dawg. So I brought these chimney sweepers. Coming like we coming, you can't even cap. These niggas don't run it like we running, bitch, don't even start. Bitch, I'm with my niggas till the end, till them do us part. So if you wanna leave, you can leave, bitch. Bless your heart, fine then. I ain't
the beat.
I don't know who, somebody need to hear this. Y'all don't speak Hebrew, that's Yiddish. How the fuck you try to label us anti-Semitic? We the Israelites, blacks, and native Hispanics. The Germans getting locked up for the Holocaust. Meanwhile, black people still up in the Holocaust. 100 million of us died in the transatlantic. 6 million died, y'all want the world to never forget it. You can never be a Jew, you a Ashkenaz. This ain't a star dum-dum, a gun die or die. Yeah, Yeezy told the truth and got ostracized. Not one person in the Bible had on a yarmulke. We was slaves in America like we was in Egypt. Y'all don't even fit the curses in the Torah neither. Y'all was blind to the truth, I had to make it clear. How Jerusalem, your land, your people came from Europe. That was 1947, your menorah got 9 sticks, it's really only 7. Yeah, it's us against the world, Armageddon. This what happened when you inherit lies from your ancestors. Y'all the synagogue of Satan with them black hats. Your whole nation sitting ducks, Aflacs. Bunch of thieves and culture vultures, ain't nothing kosher. To tell the truth, you vagabonds don't have a culture. Macedonia, Alexander and Philip, you a convert, so tell me, how the fuck is you Israel? That don't make you the people just cause you live there. Why my people can't hate your people like y'all hate Hitler? All the prophets was black and was called nigga. Y'all don't even fit the description that's in the scriptures. Abraham, all the way down to Jacob, we the real Jews. Y'all don't study Christ, y'all follow the Talmud. Keep it real, yeah, let's keep it real. Cold hard truth, it give you chills. Say y'all Jewish cause y'all ain't really them. About to do them like Hammond, it's the Feast of Purim. UPK undefeated, this an easy win. We was born fighting, y'all the evil twin. Jacob took hold of his heel, then out came his little red bastard, they kosher deals. It's only 12 tribes, y'all trying to make it 13. Esau despised his birthright, the Lord cursed him. He ain't the devil, who is? I'm still searching. Ask your rabbi, why he get them babies herpes? I don't know what's worse, that or you claiming that you a Maccabee. I'm about to cancel, everybody try to cancel ye. I ain't afraid to speak, this what I do. They riding to the core, I'm just judging them by their fruit. Cause they ain't suffering curses. If I was carnal, I promise I'd punch you in person. I know this an uncomfortable subject. They making millions off our culture and black people suffering from it. Yeah, they don't believe in Christ, they the Antichrist. Make a living off of niggas, they a parasite. I ain't afraid to tell the truth, niggas terrified. I'm about to go DEFCON 4, I ain't satisfied.
That is proof. That is absolute proof that they know we are the real Jews. That's absolute proof. Like, he got the records. Go find me a white Jew on any archaeology in Egypt anywhere. You will never find a piece of archaeology with white people as slaves in Egypt. So don't tell me that they were slaves and it's their identity, and they know it. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not. The Lord knows the blasphemy of you so-called white people that say you are Jews and you are not Jews. You are not the people of the law. You are not God's chosen people. God's chosen people are living in the ghettos of America. God's chosen people are in poverty and depression in the streets of America. God's chosen people are walking around in America with no identity. That's where God's chosen people are.
Hey, Shalom, this is the Wednesday night history class. Remember to check out Commanding General Yohanna's radio show, which is Monday, 2 a.m. UK time. We have classes here Monday through Friday, live in the physical school. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. Make sure you log in, we have them online Tuesday and Friday. Log into the classes, you can get all your information. Ask all your questions, you can get them answered in the chat. This is the history class. Me and Hakayan, we're going to rock it out today. We're going to go over Islam and some nonsense. Beans as next month, these are getting ready to fast. And they're going to start acting like they're dying. They're going to start acting like they can't breathe. And typical, that's what they do. Every year they act like they're dying and act like they can't breathe. Listen, years ago when I was about 16, 17, I used to work in McDonald's with them. And this time of year, they would say, I can't clean the grill because I'm fasting. I'm thinking, yeah, you fast with your mouth, not your hands. You clean the grill with your hands, man. Don't give me that nonsense. I can't clean the grill because I'm fasting. Listen, I know black slaves that was in the heat, hotter than the grill, man. Both few. And I was working their ass off in the sun. That's what I know. I know that much, man. So don't give me that nonsense about you can't clean the grill because you're fasting. That's the kind of stuff that they'll come up with. But, also, we got a feast day coming up, man. In March, the Feast of Purim, 2-day feast. coming down to that. We're gonna have a whale of a time. The brothers, the sisters, we're gonna eat, drink, party, man. Listen, we're gonna eat, drink, we're gonna party, man. We're gonna celebrate that day. Why? Because that day our enemies wanted us dead. And what did the Lord do? The Lord done what he always does, man. They want us dead. He turns around and kills them, man. So, they want us dead. The Lord turns around and unalives them. And we should celebrate that because guess what? They was getting ready to celebrate. If we was on the life, we would have died. They would have celebrated it. And they would be having a feast of Purim. Them saying we got rid of them niggas, man. But luckily for us, them niggas they wanted to get rid of is still here because of the mercy of the Lord, man.
That's right.
The mercy of God. Them niggas they wanted to get rid of so bad. It's still here. Imagine 1,000 years later, they would have been trying to get rid of us and we're still here, man. Imagine that, like there's something you're just trying to get. It's like a stain. Imagine a stain, and you're trying to get the stain done, and you think, oh yeah, got some friends on it. The stain's about to go now. Imagine straight after the stain comes back. That's like us with them, man. We're like a stain to them, like they hate us. They don't want us here. And every time they try and do something to get rid of us, we always come back stronger and better, man. Every single time, we come back stronger and better. But any questions? Just type them in the chat and we'll get to them. But Slacky, go ahead, okay.
Khan. The Quran, a book of about the same length as the New Testament, is one of the most remarkable scriptures in history. It has molded the lives of millions of people.
So now this is a historian saying it's molded the lives of millions of people. Go ahead.
And given birth to a powerful and enduring religion known as Islam.
And it's gave birth to a powerful religion that they would call a powerful religion known as Islam. Go ahead.
Khan. Which has helped shape the modern world. Unlike the holy books of the Jews and the Christians, which are collections of religions, narratives, laws, poems, proverbs.
And now that makes the Bible way more powerful. Now the Bible was written in different time frames and it's collections of different prophets' writings, and none of them contradict. And the Quran is written by one man, which don't even make sense, which lets you know how great the Bible is, man. It's like you guys like
Khan. Prophecies and prayers, dating from different periods and written by different men. Every word in the Quran was delivered to the world through the lips of a single man, the Prophet Muhammad.
And it goes everywhere the Quran was delivered through the words of a simple man. So one man wrote the Quran, and the Bible is written by multiple men, and they didn't contradict each other, man. Why? Because that book came from God. This Bible, man, came from men who the Lord put his spirit on. The Lord put his spirit on these men, and that's why it don't contradict itself, man. Go ahead.
Right. Some of the Quran's chapters or surahs are short and fiery warnings of doom, proclaiming a day of judgment and demanding the worship of one God.
And now demanding the worship of one God, they got that from us, where we say I can't remember where it is, but we say the Lord our God is one. That's what we say. Now in the Bible, I think it's Shema Yasha'Allah. I can't remember. I can't remember how it goes. Paraphrasing. But it means, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one. So now they stole that. And then Muhammad said, yo, we need something like that. So now they tried to say Allah is one, because they copied from the Bible. Go ahead.
Others discuss the biblical prophets and lessons of their lives. Still others lay down detailed, so like can you scroll it up a little bit?
Hold on, once I can try. Bear with me. I'm trying to move. You're on about the banner in the way, right?
No, yeah. Can't the banner.
Hold on, one second. I'm trying to move it right now. Bear with me.
Okay.
Hold on. No, it's not that one. Oh yeah. There you go.
Others discuss the biblical prophets and the lessons of their lives. Still others lay down detailed regulations concerning the family, property, and justice. All are phrased in a hypnotic Arabic that helped convince the Quran's original hearers.
So now it was phrased in Arabic, because why this religion was for the Arabs, man. Imagine this, Hakim. They tell you, them prophets was only sent to Israel, but Muhammad was sent to the whole world. If that's the case, why was it in Arabic and not in a language the whole world understands, man? If that was for the whole world, that should have been in Latin and Greek, which was the language that the whole world which would have been like the majority of what people would speak and understand.
That's
but
right.
They had it in Arabic. Why? Because it was for the Arabs. Same like when you go to China, all the signs are written in Mandarin because it's for the Chinese. It's not for you. They don't care if you want to order a spring roll. You're looking at the menu and you can't understand what's on the menu, man. It's because it's not for you, man. That menu ain't for you. That menu's for them. That's who they cater to. And the Quran caters to the Arabs. Don't cater for us. Go ahead.
So, Lucky, what's the hypnotic Arabic mean? Did you know what that means at all?
Phrased in a hypnotic, it just means Arabic language. So they just used the Arabic language.
In hypnotic? Oh, right. Okay, right. Yeah, I get you, sir. Can't.
So phrased in a hypnotic Arabic.
Right.
So meaning they just spoke Arabic basically.
Right. Okay. Calm.
So they would speak certain words in Arabic, and the Quran was written in Arabic, and that's all it is really.
Calm. That helped convince the Quran's original hearers.
See, and it helped convince the Quran's original hearers. So the Arabic that they would have spoke would have been like some ancient Arabic, and would have used certain words to convince its original hearers. They would have spoke it like in a religious way, like Muhammad is great or whatever. They would have spoken those kind of ways to convince you that this man's smart and he's penned the Quran, and look at the words he's using, meaning that. Go ahead.
So, Lucky, sir, if I may, would you say it's similar to a pastor or a preacher in the church?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. They speak hypnotic languages to hypnotize people into believing in Christianity, and they spoke a hypnotic Arabic to convince people to believe in that also. Go ahead.
Khan. Arab tribesmen who prided themselves on eloquence as much as courage, that this was no human speech but the word of God himself.
I was trying to find some. Hold on. I was trying to find something because now there's a brother I know is Muslim, and he made a video and he was getting angry, man. He's like, "Yo, I'm gonna say it how it is. When us black brothers go to the mosque, you don't treat us right. There's not meant to be no gap in between us. You don't even want to touch toes with the brothers." And you know that if we don't touch toes, it leaves room for shaitan to creep through. So in the mosque, you meant to touch toes with each other. Like your toes is meant to touch toes. And if you don't touch toes, shaitan can get through the gap of you not bridging the gap by touching toes. Listen, I'm trying to find it.
They saw them corns on his foot, boy. They said, nah.
Why?
You ain't touching my foot.
You meant to align. Hold on. Hold on. Bear with me. I'm trying to see if I can find what I'm looking for.
Should I read or?
Hold on, I got a little bit here. Here it says, it is obligated for Muslims to make their rows straight and compact and to close the gaps between them. That is done by standing shoulder to shoulder and foot to foot. That's gay, man. Says it was narrated from Anas ibn Malik, may Allah be pleased with him, that the Prophet, peace and blah 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 blah, make your rows straight, for I can see you behind my back. It was narrated from, be pleased with him, that the messenger, blah 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 blah. Hold on. Make your rows straight, stand shoulder to shoulder, and close the gaps. And do not resist your brother's hands. Do not leave any gaps for the shaitan. Whoever completes a role, Allah will reward him, and whoever breaks a role, Allah will forsake him. Listen, man, I'm telling you, you gotta lock toes in the mosque, man. You gotta lock toes with a man in the mosque. I'm trying to lock toes with a woman who's got her feet done. That's what we're doing here, man.
Right.
We lock toes with women. Listen, we take off our cap boots, man. We take off our cap boots and lock toes with women in here, man. In there, they got men locking toes in the mosque. It says, may Allah have mercy on him, said, what is it meant by do not resist your brother's hands? Is that a man should be easygoing if his brother pushes him forwards or backwards to make the road straight. Listen, man, why closing the gaps in prayer is essential? Let me see if I want. Say with me. See, it says standing shoulder to shoulder and foot to foot. Look, man, two men shouldn't be touching feet, man. I'm telling you, two men shouldn't be touching feet, but I'll leave it there. But yeah, that's the kind of things that they're into in there. And I seen a black brother I know him personally, and he was upset, man. He was, yo, you don't even want to touch feet with the brothers. I was like, yo, why are you upset about that? And that just shows, and this is what he goes, because, yo, I take my deen serious. And imagine, their book says, you're meant to stand shoulder to shoulder and touch feet, but they're so racist that they go against what their book says, man. It shows that the black man even follows their book more than they follow their own book. Because he's willing to touch feet with another man. All this book needs to say is be gay, and the black man that's converted to the religion is going to be gay. I'm telling you, all that religion has to say is be gay. Every black man that converted to it is gonna be gay. So, okay. Go ahead, Hakim.
The Quran is the heart of Islam, a word meaning quite simply surrender to God.
So now they will tell you it means surrender to God, and they'll tell you Abraham was a Muslim. Like, go ahead.
Islam began as a religious movement in the torrid wastes of Arabia.
So it began in Arabia. And really, it was meant to stay there because Muhammad didn't know how big this religion was going to be. He planned for this to just be an Arab religion, and then afterwards, with the conquest, when they started to go to Egypt and conquer Byzantine territory, they spread it. Go ahead.
And quickly spread through the Middle East. It encompassed many diverse peoples who came to call themselves Muslims or believers.
So it encompassed many people. So many people ended up following this religion. Many of them joined it because of fear. So many of them didn't join it because, it's the religion of God and it's the right thing to do. Many of them joined it because of fear. They was petrified. So this was their only choice. It was either this or die. So many of them joined it for that reason. Go
ahead. Welding them into a vast monotheistic state. In less than 10 years after the Prophet's death, through conquest and conversion.
See? So it's through conquest and conversion. They got a lot of people to follow this religion through conquest. So that's why they got so much people to follow this religion, man. Conquest. They went out there with the sword, went to war, and that's how they got many followers. Go ahead.
Islam shook the foundation of the Byzantium and Persia.
So now they conquered Byzantium and took down the Persians. Also, they conquered the Byzantine Empire. So what you'll find that is everywhere the Byzantine Empire was, they went there and made war with them and slaughtered them and stole their land. So now, originally, the Byzantine Empire, a lot of them was in like Christians and stuff, was in the land of Israel and whatnot. What happened? Muhammad's followers went there, slaughtered them, and kicked them out of that land and took that land, and then now, what did England do? Put the Jewish man there, and now these two are both fighting over land that ain't theirs. One thing belongs to them because they was living there for a long time, and then these Europeans that went there now, they think it's theirs because they make out like they're the real Jews, when really, the real people that this land belongs to some were fighting over Peckham and Brixton. Some were fighting over Handsworth and Newtown. Meanwhile, they're fighting over the Middle East, the greatest land of all. The Bible lets you know this is the greatest land of all. Instead, we're fighting over some dump in England, man. Fighting over some slum in the UK. Fighting over their postcode. Meanwhile, they're fighting over that land because they know that land is the land that God has got all the resources. They know that land's a great land. And that's what they're fighting over. And we killing each other over what? Your mum was so poor that they gave her a house in Peckham. My mum was so poor that they gave her a house in Brixton. And now I'm going to kill you because your mum was poor. She got a house in Peckham. You're going to kill me because my mum was poor. She got a house in Brixton. Our parents didn't even choose to live in the places that we're fighting for. They're there because they ain't got no money. That's why they live there. They live there because they ain't got no money. And when the government and council built these ghettos, they said we're going to separate and put a ton of you black people in there. And that's where we've ended up. And now we grow up and we fight over this little slum that they gave us. Imagine the oppressor didn't care about this slum that he just gave it to us. Built these council houses and says, yeah, you just like go live there. The bin men barely come where we live. And this is what we're fighting over, man. Fighting over it makes no sense. Meanwhile, the Middle East now, they're fighting over oil. They're fighting over things that actually changes lives. I'm going to kill you over you saying F area. Listen, man. I'll be the first to say it, man. F them areas, man.
That's right.
I'll be the first to say it, man. Why are you going to fight me over Peckham? Fuck Peckham, man. If you're mad at me for that, listen, you hate your own people, man. Listen, what's the opposite to Peckham, Hakayan? F all of these areas where they put us, man. Why are we fighting over this BS, man? We got bigger problems. We're fighting over Peckham, Brixton, Handsworth, Newtown. F all them areas, man. How about all the people in them areas, us black people just come together and say, you know what? We're not going to go by an area no more. We should all turn around and say, yo, F this area. We're going to go by what race we are. I seen a video of a man saying, Ramadan's coming up, and if you got any issue with a Muslim, go speak to the Imam because we're brothers. And I was like, damn, we should say that as black people, man. That's right. We should say as black people, like, yo, whatever issues we got, let's go speak to the generals because we're brothers. That's what we should say, man. Imagine in their religion, they can squash beef in that religion because they're the same religion, and they consider themselves brothers, and us that are real brothers can't squash no issues. It's kind of crazy still. Yeah, that's something we definitely got to work on, but go ahead.
Karwan Khan, the two most powerful civilizations of the era, in less than a century, it swept through parts of Asia, Africa, and Europe.
So now they start to conquer places like Asia, Africa, and Europe. Because now they enslaved a lot of them Africans as well. Why do you think all over certain places people are Muslim? Because they did conquest there. So you'll see all these places where the religion went, there's conquest there. Why do you think so much there's so much Africans in obviously there's Africans in Ghana, but why there's so much Muslims in Ghana? Because obviously these lot went there with the sword and went all these places and forced a lot of them Africans to convert to Islam. They went there, spread it with missionaries and forced people to convert. Go ahead.
Karwan Khan, dominating an area larger than that of the Roman Empire at its peak.
See, so now the Arabs had more than the Roman Empire at its peak. That's how much places they conquered. Go ahead.
Eventually, it was to make Arabic the common language of some 90 million people.
And it was to make Arabic the common language of some 90 million people. This is why you see black people speaking Arabic. A black man will eat a meal before he eats the meal. He'll be like, Bismillah, all of this nonsense. Bismillah, all of this nonsense. Why? Because they're trying to be Arabs, but you're never going to be an Arab. I don't care how much red dye you put in your beard. I don't care how much times you rub your forehead on the concrete. I don't care how much marks you got on your forehead, how much man dresses you put on. You ain't never going to be an Arab, man.
That's right.
Never, ever, 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 ever. These Arabs ain't allowing you as a black man to put your organs inside their Arab daughter, man. It's not going to happen. It's not gonna happen, man. I'm telling you, they're gonna try to kill you. If it does happen, the parents cut them off. It happens, man. We always trying to go outside of our race, and it don't work for us, man. It don't work for us because even in that religion, imagine you're a Muslim, man. You're the greatest. You're black. You're one of the best Muslims ever. Go to an Arab man and say, "Let me take your daughter's hand." It's not gonna happen, man. It's not gonna happen. Lucky, go ahead.
Got on council.
Cliff Banks said, "Respect, brothers. Just come on. Where is the information on the screen right now? The information's on the screen right now." Cliff, go ahead.
I think he may mean the book, sir. What book it is?
Oh, this is called El Islam.
Early Islam. Come on. To dictate the way of life for 1 out of every 7 persons inhabiting the earth, and to exert powerful influence on the West.
And exert powerful influence on the West. So now they had a powerful influence on the West, and they took down what? Their Byzantine Empire, as in took their lands. So Lucky, go ahead.
Of these 3 towns, Mecca was by far the most prosperous and important.
So Mecca was like a trading port. So they used to trade in Mecca, and Mecca is where people go to do Hajj today. So this is the most important. Go ahead.
First, it was the crossroads of the lucrative caravan trade.
So now Mecca, which is a holy city till this day, I believe there's only one flight you can catch to Mecca. I believe you have to go through a certain program to even get to Hajj. Got to pay a certain amount of money, so they make a ton of money off it as well. So it was a trading port at first. Go ahead.
Vast camel trains bearing spices, perfumes, precious metals, ivory and silk filled through the town, headed north on the way up from Yemen and the Hadramawt to the markets of Syria, and headed east from the Red Sea across the desert to Iraq. Adding to the profits from the caravans was a brisk pilgrimage trade.
So they called it a brisk pilgrimage trade, meaning these trade routes was making so much money. So Mecca used to be a trading port. So people used to trade from Mecca to and from Mecca. It's always had a religious background, but before it was how it was today, they would still celebrate the same thing. You see how you do Hajj today? They was doing Hajj before Muhammad, which lets you know that that's not a new practice that they do. We're going to get to that also, but go ahead.
For Mecca was the site of Arabia's holiest pagan shrine.
Oh, hold on. Read that one more time.
For Mecca was the site of Arabia's holiest pagan shrine.
It says Mecca was the site of Arabia's holiest pagan shrine. So now, Mecca used to be a place where pagans used to go and do Hajj. And what happens now? Muslims go to that same place and do Hajj. Hold on, let me just show you. If I type in Mecca in here, let's see what comes up. Let me type in Mecca shrine. Actually, I don't even need to type it up, but everybody knows they go Mecca to do Hajj today, and that's where they worship the stone. Now, in the Bible's never ever told us to go and worship a rock. Now, people tell you that Abraham built the Kaaba. That's not in the Bible. Abraham did not build the Kaaba. They'll tell you that Abraham and Ishmael built it. Abraham and Ishmael built nothing. Go ahead.
Quran Khan, if I may, sir, as well. Before they used to even, bow down and worship, go to Mecca, they was bowing down to our land, right?
In the beginning, they prayed towards Jerusalem.
Right.
And then once Muhammad fell out with the Christians and the Jews that refused to follow him, he turned his back and started to pray elsewhere. And that's why they pray with their back towards Jerusalem.
Okay. The shrine located in the center of the town was a modest cube-shaped building known.
They said it was a modest cube-shaped building. And this was a pagan shrine, which was a modest cube-shaped building. Now, let me get you a picture of this modern cube-shaped building. Hold on. Bear with me. So it says it was a modern, this pagan shrine was a modern cube-shaped building. Right here is a modern cube-shaped building. You can see it on the screen right here, Ken.
Khan, sir, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know why the screen not. Oh, yeah, here it is. So right here is the modern cube-shaped building. Right here. And that modern cube-shaped building is the Kaaba. So now that's what it is. And that was a pagan shrine before Muhammad. And it's sure to be a pagan shrine after Muhammad. Yes, Lucky, go ahead.
Could you
Lucky.
next slide? As the Kaaba, among the religious.
It says the cube-shaped building known as the Kaaba. So they acknowledge in early Islam that the Kaaba was a pagan shrine. You can't get around that. History teaches that. Muslims will teach that as well. But then they will lie to you and tell you, oh, well, it wasn't a pagan shrine in the beginning because Abraham built it, but then the people lost their way. So Muhammad came to show them the way again. That's not what happened. This was the religion of the Arabs, and this was their pagan shrine from many years ago. Yeah, go ahead.
Khan. Among its religious objects was a hallowed meteorite known as the Black Stone.
See, among its objects was a meteorite known as the Black Stone. And a meteorite is a stone, which fell from this. Hold on, let me just pull up a meteorite. Because they will make out like Allah threw the stone from heaven. That's what they make out.
Why didn't he throw a white one? Why a black one?
So apparently it was white, and everybody's sins made it turn black.
Foolishness.
Hold on, let me bear with me. Let me share my screen. Right here it says a meteorite is a rock that originated in outer space and has fallen to the surface of a planet or moon. When the original object enters the atmosphere, various factors such as friction, pressure, and chemical interaction with the atmospheric gases cause it to heat up and radiate energy. It then becomes a meteor and forms a fireball, also known as a shooting star. Astronomers call the brightest examples bolides. Once it settles on the larger body surface, the meteor becomes a meteorite. Meteorites vary great in size via geologistics, and bolide is a meteorite large enough to create an impact. Hold on. So it goes, meteorites that are recovered after being observed as they transit the atmosphere and impact Earth are called meteorite falls. All others are known as meteorite finds. Meteorites have traditionally been divided into three broad categories. I don't think you need all that, but yeah. Right here is a meteorite. So now if I said to them, worship this one, they're not going to do it. Why not? Why wouldn't you worship that one? I mean, they're all the same. A meteorite is a meteorite. I can take you to a museum right now where you'll see a meteorite in the museum. I can show you a meteorite in the museum right now. And they wouldn't worship that one. Go ahead.
Khan. The black chief deity of Meccans was Allah.
See, so now they said the chief. They said the chief deity was hold on. I'm just trying to find something else. Hold on, you know what? I might need to I should actually read that. I'm just trying to find another PowerPoint.
Khan. Among its religious objects was a hallowed meteorite known as the Black Stone, embedded in a wall in one corner. The chief deity of Meccans was Allah, the creator of the universe.
See, so now they worship that as Allah, the creator of the universe. So now hold on, bear with me. I'm just trying to hold on. What's his name again? I'm trying to what's his name? I'm trying to find it. Bear with me. I'm just trying to bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. All right, so lucky. Yeah. Hold on, but hold on. Let me just. Actually, yeah, I can get to that one after. All right, so lucky. Go ahead.
Kalawan Khan. He shared his power with some 300 other gods and goddesses whose statues filled the holy place.
So it shares his power with some 300 other gods. So this was letting you know that Allah shared his power with some 300 other gods. That's letting you know. So imagine you're in a religion where you notice idol worship, and the historians notice idol worship also, because they said he shares his power with some 300 other gods. And now when you look at the religion, Persian mythology, they worship multiple gods. Go ahead.
Kalawan Khan. The people who came on the pilgrimages to worship these deities, like the commercial travelers in Mecca, attended big fairs held in the city and left behind a great deal of wealth. The leading citizens of this commercial and religious center was members of a powerful tribe known as Quraysh.
And now that was Muhammad's tribe. Muhammad was from the tribe of Quraysh. Go ahead.
Kalawan Khan.
Cliff Banks, I'm going to put the name of the book in the chat. It's called Early Islam. It's wrote multiple times. I might have to delete some of them.
No, he was it.
Is it me? It's only.
So
Yeah. The book's called Early Islam. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do?
everyone grenade that thing. See what
let me pull up a picture of the. I'm gonna pull up a picture of the book. It's a good book to have. Listen, this one is it's one of my favorite books. Bear with me. Let me pull up a picture of the book. Let me see if here it is. Hold on, I'm gonna put a picture of it on the screen. Bear with me. It's this one right here. So this book right here, this one here is called Great Ages of Man, Islam. So this is what it looks like. This book right here. So just let me know when you got that, and then we'll move on. But yeah, it's an excellent book. We'll give you the whole history from start to finish. From what I remember, it was real cheap as well, but they're probably going to put the price up on it. But yeah, it was real cheap when I got it. So yeah, that's the one we're reading from. That one right there, Islam. Hold on, let me go back into this. All right, no sweat, Cliff. Lucky, go ahead again.
Come on, Khan. The leading citizens of this commercial and religious center was members of a powerful tribe known as the Quraysh.
So the tribe of Quraysh is a tribe that Muhammad was from. So first he presented this to his tribe, and at first they weren't trying to hear a word of it, and then obviously threatened them, got them to convert, and then they kind of spread it. Go ahead.
Through their widespread interest, the Quraysh had built up a great financial and military strength, and they governed Mecca as an elementary form of a republic through a council made up of representatives from the city's most influential families. It was in this bustling city that Muhammad was born about 570 AD.
So he was born 570 AD. So he's born 570 years like after Christ. He's born like 570 years later. And then he's going to come and try and talk about something that happened 570 years before him. Doesn't make no sense. He weren't even there to know what was going on. He weren't in the land of Israel to know what's going on. So him talking about Abraham and whatnot, he ain't got no ties to them. Them men was Israelites. He ain't got no ties to them. He's come 570 years later talking about things that he doesn't know. Go ahead.
Constant. It was in this bustling city that Muhammad was born about 570 AD. In Arabic, his name means highly praised.
And now, because his name means highly praised, they will go into the Bible and try and find something in the Bible and say, oh, this is talking about Muhammad. And then all you have to do is read the line before and read the line after and understand that if it is talking about Muhammad, the whole thing's out of context. It doesn't make no sense. That's like me saying, yo, this burger right here, I tried the big tasty burger, man, I highly praise it. And someone's like, see, he's talking about Muhammad. See, it don't make no sense. They're out of context with it. They try and place him in the Bible out of context. You have to read the context of what the scripture's talking about. Everywhere they see highly praised, they will think he's talking about Muhammad. No, it's not. Listen, I've done some good work at school, and a teacher said, yo, we highly praised the student. They didn't say we Muhammad the student. It doesn't make no sense. They place things out of context. So they'll read the Bible and say, see, that's meant to say Muhammad. But they've took it out. It's never said Muhammad. It never will say Muhammad. Go ahead.
Hold on, Khan. He never knew his father, a trader named Abdullah, who died shortly before his birth.
So now he never knew his father. His father died shortly before his birth. Yes, lucky. Go ahead.
Muhammad's paternal uncle, Abu Talib, then became his adoptive father.
So now then his uncle took him on. Go ahead.
And it was he who reared the boy to manhood. As a young man with no future, as a young man with no fortune of his own, Muhammad had to work for a living. He did various odd jobs, among them tending sheep and buying and selling goods in Mecca. Then he went to work as an agent for a woman named Khadija.
That's every Muslim woman's name, Khadija. So now his went to work for a woman named Khadija that was a widow. So this was an old woman who ended up becoming his wife. So he went to work for her. Go ahead.
A widow with considerable business interests.
So she basically put him on. She gave him a job, and then Muhammad started to travel. So Hakim, when you travel, what happens? You start to meet people. So now, on this travel, he started to meet people on this travel, and then on this travel, guess who he's meeting? Christians and Jews, and they're telling him about religion, and that's where he was inspired to come up with Islam. Go ahead.
Okay, fine. On her behalf, he traveled north with one of the caravans to Syria. Syria was then part of a powerful Christian Byzantine empire, and Muhammad must have come in contact with many Christians there.
See, and he came into contact with many Christians there, and they taught him. And now when you see in the Quran, there's things about the Bible in there, it's because Muhammad learned from these Christians he met on his travels. Why? Because those Christians that was living in Arabia, those Christians that was living in Syria, I believe the Christians that was living in Arabia used to read the version of the Bible called the something Peshitta. I think it's pronounced Peshitta. Hold on, let me find the name. Let me find the name of it. Is it Arabian Peshitta? Let me find. I'm gonna find the name. I'm gonna find the name of it. So yeah, this is what they would have been reading. Hold on. Listen, we prove everything up here, man. Let me find it. So right here, it says the Peshitta is the standard version of the Bible for churches in the Syriac tradition. It is the official Bible of the Church of the East and contains the books in the New Testament that were originally written in Aramaic, the language of Jesus and his disciples. The Peshitta is a collection of Aramaic manuscripts relied upon by Syriac churches. So that would have been the version of the Bible that they would have been reading, the Peshitta. So at that time, this is what they would have been reading. Hold on, I can drop that. Because usually they always like to ask you, well, what version of the Bible there was the reading? That's the one. That's the version. Go ahead.
Kalam Khan. At this time, powerful outside religious influences were at work in Arabia. These influences had filtered into the peninsula from Syria and Palestine.
So now, at this time, Syria and Palestine, the Byzantine Empire was running them. So the religion of those places back then would have been Christianity, because the Byzantine Empire became Christians. The Byzantine Empire became Christians with, I believe, Constantine becoming the first one, the Roman emperor. And then after that, the religion of the Roman Empire became Christianity. So everywhere the Roman Empire was ruling, Christianity was the religion of it. Go ahead.
As well as from Christians, Abyssinia, Ethiopia.
And now there was Christian Abyssinia. So now there was also Christianity in places like Ethiopia. Go ahead.
Just across the Red Sea from.
And this is what people say to you, the Ethiopian Bible, because obviously there was Christians that was in Ethiopia. They'll tell you about the Ethiopian Bible. The Ethiopian Bible has more books in there than the Bible that you read and all this. Listen, I'll be honest with you, the Ethiopian Bible hasn't been vetted. That's what it is. You have to understand this. Ethiopia was outside where the Roman Empire was ruling. So when the Roman Empire sat down and looked at these records, they knew what should be in there, what shouldn't be in there. Those religious scholars. Ethiopia was outside of that, so they don't have any nonsense in their book. That's like a big Georgia. So yeah, they would have any nonsense in their book because they wasn't under the Byzantine Empire, who actually had scholars and everything. They was kind of left to their own devices, so they had what? Books in there that's not canon. That's why they got like I think they got Enoch in there. I think they got they might have Jasher in there, I can't remember. They got a ton of books in there that they're not meant to have in there, but go ahead.
Silaki the one. You tell me to go, yeah?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh, Silaki. Silaki.
You was a Christian Abyssinia.
Hold on, Khan. A colony of Abyssinian Silaki, no, Christian Abyssinia. Just across the Red Sea from southern Arabia. Some Arabians had been converted to Christianity and several.
So now, it said some Arabians had been converted to Christianity. So those people in Arabia also would have been teaching Muhammad about Christianity. And over time, he went in a cave and came out and told those same ones that taught him about Christianity, listen, man, I had a dream and Gabriel came to me. And the devil like, no, that didn't happen, man. This contradicts what we believe. Go ahead.
Some Arabians have been converted to Christianity, and several oases were partly occupied by tribes of Arabian Jews.
See? So there was Jews also in Arabia. Would have been Jews in Arabia. Why? Because when people fled out of Israel, they went different places. So there would have been Jews living in Arabia. There would have been Jews in Syria. There would have been Jews in West Africa. They would have fled all over. Because after 70 AD, they started moving through the earth and settling in different places. Go ahead.
Khan. Also in Arabia, at this time, there were Hanifs, men dissatisfied with Arabian paganism.
And now, at this time, there was men called Hanifs, men dissatisfied with Arabian paganism. So how did they learn that Arabians had paganism? By the Christians letting them know, like, look, man, we got one God, man. By the Jews letting them know, look, man, we got one God. So these men was upset that the Arabs had multiple gods, because they was like, yo, these Christians are smarter than us. They got one God. We need one God. And that's why Muhammad got rid of the over 300 idols and said, no, we're going to have one God, just like the Christians and the Jews. Go ahead.
So, Silaki, sir. So, basically, Hanifs just mean these were men that were dissatisfied with Arabians paganism, meaning they had more than one God, right?
Yes. So today you'd call a man like that. I think they used to call them what's the word that they used to call the Protestants now? There's a certain word they used to call them. What's the word they used to call them, man? Puritans. Yes, Puritans. Meaning they wanted everything pure. So a Hanif would be like a Puritan. So right. Puritan was like a Protestant that wasn't into the paganism, wanted right. everything pure. So then over time, people give them certain names, will put a title on it.
Right.
So they'll call the Protestants Puritans. Here they will just call these Hanifs. So it's the same thing.
Right, can't.
Go ahead.
Who lived ascetic lives and believed in a single God.
So these was called that because they lived an ascetic lives and believed in a single God. Yes, Lucky, go ahead.
From these sources, as well as from his trip to Syria, Muhammad undoubtedly heard tales about Jesus and the prophets.
Oh, read that part's key. How else? This is why Muhammad knew about Jesus and the prophets. Because he traveled, his wife gave him a job, and he traveled and he learned about what Jews and Christians and Jesus and the prophets. So they would tell Muhammad, yo, you know, there's a great man called Jesus. And then Muhammad would listen to it. And then he, in his mind, said, yo, I want to be like this great man. And instead of him following this great man, he tried to become the great man. And that's why everything that Christ had, Muhammad wants the same thing. Wants the same thing. Go ahead.
Kalawan Khan. And about the God worshipped by both Jews and Christians.
And he heard about the God worshipped by both Jews and Christians. And he heard that they worship one God. So now he said, yo, we need to get rid of those idols and worship one God. Go ahead.
Kalawan Khan. More and more, he must have felt the lack in his own people of a coherent.
Okay. So now that's why he went back to his people and said, yo, we need one God. Because he felt the lack in his own people. Because he's like, yo, we got a God for every day of the year. That don't make no sense. Because he was around the Christians and the Jews, and he learned what they believed made sense. What they believed in one God made sense to him. So he went back to his people and saw these like worshipping statues and was like, that don't make no sense. So then he tried to make their religion the same as what the Jews and the Christians had, and tried to put his own spin on it, but make it for the Arabs. And that's where Islam comes from. Go ahead.
So like you said, if I may,
Go ahead.
who wrote this book? Who's the author of this book, sir?
The author of this book.
Yeah, is it Arab or?
Oh, I think it was an Edomite. You know, let me. Hold on, let me find it. Let me find it for you. Well, I ain't got the book to hand. I just got the slide. Bear with me.
Oh, Khan.
Bear with me.
You want to read?
Yeah, go ahead while I try to find it.
Khan. More and more, he must have felt the lack in his own people of a coherent faith. As one who had.
Well, I can't find it on here because I saw the book. I only seen it on Amazon on here, but it didn't say who the author is. But I'll text you. Once I get back to my house, I'll text you it.
Okay, Fuad, appreciate it. As one who had poverty and orphanhood. I'll read that back again so you can.
All right.
So more and more, he must have felt the lack of his own people of a coherent faith.
So he's in that faith as, yo, these are silly, man. Like, yo, why are we believing in this? He's hearing about people that believe in something greater than his beliefs. Go ahead.
As one who had known poverty and orphanhood, he was particularly distressed by the arrogance of the rich and powerful.
Now, he was distressed by the arrogance of the rich and powerful. So he started to teach them, like, yo, give the riches to Allah, pay this tax, pay that tax. Because he was mad at them because they was rich and he was poor. So because Muhammad was poor and these that was rich, he started to threaten them with a day of judgment. That's why they got scared. He started threatening them like, yo, if you don't give up this money, hellfire awaits. Because that's how he started to threaten the rich. Go ahead. Because remember, he grew up poor. So because he grew up poor, he had a soft spot for the poor, like, yo, give to the poor, because he knew he grew up as an orphan and poor and dirty clothes and whatnot. And he's seen the rich flourishing. And now he wants these poor not to be treated how he was treated. He wants the rich to free up some of them goods. Go ahead.
Khan. These men believed that money and material possessions were everything.
See, and they believed that money and materials was everything. So now he had to lie to them and make out that it wasn't. Go ahead.
And they no longer respected the former desert ethos under which the rich were expected to share their wealth with.
So now in their beliefs back then, the rich was expected to share their wealth with the poor. This is before Islam, but the rich wasn't doing it. So once Muhammad became in charge, he started to reiterate all these things. He started to say, no, we bring him back. You're not sharing your wealth with the poor. Go ahead.
Next slide, too.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Khadija was impressed by Muhammad both as a person and for the way he handled her affairs. And when he was about 25 years old, she made him an offer of marriage.
So now she was a widow, old woman. And when he was about 25 years old, she wanted to marry him. Go ahead.
A sugar daddy. Sorry, sugar mommy. That's what,
that's what it is. Yeah. She was rich, man. She was rich. Listen, man, in Islam, they say the man should take care of the wife. You know, Khadija took care of Muhammad, man. Listen, they've not told me nothing about man should take care of the wife, because in here, she was taking care of him, man. They can't tell me nothing about man should propose to a woman. In here, she proposed to him, man. Can't tell me nothing. Yes, Lucky, go ahead.
Khan. She had already been married twice before. She's a hoe. And was some 15 years older than he.
So she was 40 and he was 25. Go ahead.
Nevertheless, Muhammad accepted Khadija's proposal and was faithful to her from the remaining 25 years of her life.
So now, she was 40. She died at 65, then basically, according to this. Go ahead.
His marriage relieved Muhammad of most of his financial cares.
Listen to that, man. It relieved most of his financial cares. Them Muslims can't tell a man should take them. Listen, I'm sure in their religion they say, yo, a man needs to be able to take care of the wives and all that. She took care of him, man.
That's right.
She relieved him of his financial cares. I need a woman to relieve me of my financial cares. So we need relieving of our financial cares. Listen, man. She took care of him. Whenever they come to you with that nonsense, because a man must provide, ask them, well, did Muhammad provide for Khadija? Ask them. And they ain't gonna be able to answer it, because in the history, she provided for him, she relieved him. Imagine he was a worker and she married him, and that relieved him of his financial cares, man. Go ahead. That means she paid for everything. She paid for the first date. She paid for all of, you see all that stuff that they make you pay for? She paid for all of that, man. Go ahead.
Khalwan Khan, his marriage relieved Muhammad of most of his financial cares and gave him considerable time to himself. Often he would escape the bustle of the city by retiring to a cave on the nearby mountain of Hira to meditate.
So now he would escape into a cave to meditate, and then when he meditated in one of these caves, is the time when Gabriel came to him. Go ahead.
Sometimes he went alone, sometimes with his family. Here certain spiritual insights came to him. He was to say later, like the breaking of dawn.
So he would say here, a few insights came to him. He would say while he was meditating in this cave, a few things came to him. Let's look, go ahead.
In the year 610 AD, when Muhammad was about 40 years old, he had an experience that shattered his tranquil existence and set him on the path that was to transform the lives of millions of people.
So now this is when he's claiming that he had a vision in the cave. Go ahead.
There are many colorful accounts of this event based on the various traditions that grew out of his life. All of them, unfortunately, leave many questions unanswered.
Listen, all of them things that he claimed happened in the cave leaves many questions unanswered. Go ahead.
The account most often quoted is that of Ibn Ishaq, Muhammad's first biographer, who lived in the century following the Prophet's death. On the eventful day, according to Ibn Ishaq, Muhammad had gone to Hira with his family and was asleep in the cave when an angel appeared. When an angel appeared, he came to me, the Bible.
So he said he was asleep in the cave and the angel came to him. Go ahead.
Next slide, sir, please. The biographer quotes the Prophet saying, with a coverlet of brocade whereon was some writing, and said, read. I said, what shall I read? He pressed me with it so tightly that I thought it was death. Then he let me go and said, read. He said, read in the name of the Lord, thy Lord, who created man of blood, coagulated, Salakia. Read. The word is the most beneficent, who taught by the pen, taught that which they knew not unto men. Muhammad awoke from his sleep in a spiritual turmoil.
See, Muhammad awoke from his sleep in spiritual turmoil. Listen, man, I'm gonna tell you right now, sleep paralysis. Yeah, he's thinking this in an angel of God. Listen, man. Niggas have these dreams all the time, man. Sleep paralysis. Listen, I'm in the sleep that something's holding me and I can't move, man. This sounds like sleep paralysis to you. Because it sounds like to me. He's making out like, yeah, it's an angel of God. He said he was asleep. Listen, if he's asleep, sleep paralysis, man. He's making out like, yeah, angel of God visited him. Yeah, go ahead.
Khan. Muhammad awoke from his sleep in spiritual turmoil. At first, he feared that he was possessed by some kind of demon.
Hold on, wait. A man of God thought he was what?
Possessed by some kind of demon.
I've never known a man of God to think he's possessed by some kind of demon when delivering a message. Now, can people be possessed by demons? Yes, but the way he is he's making out a demon delivered him a message. He's making out a demon delivered him a message, and now he's going to deliver that message to the people. That's what he thought at first, and people convinced him that wasn't the demon that he saw. Listen, when a man of God had an encounter with an angel, he knew when no demon he was encountering. He knew it was an angel. Why? Because angels come and present themselves. I am an angel of the Lord. They present themselves, man. Whoever came to Muhammad didn't present themselves.
That's right.
He's gone back to the people, and the people are telling him who came to him, who wasn't even there, but bearing that in mind. Go ahead, Hakia.
So like
yeah.
the one, so like you said,
read it from the Muhammad awoke. Yeah, that part.
Okay, Muhammad awoke from his sleep in a spiritual turmoil. At first, he feared that he was possessed by some kind of demon. He was so distraught that he set out to climb the mountain and kill himself.
Oh, so now he was about to commit suicide, man. He was so distressed by this dream, he was about to kill himself. Go ahead.
So like you said, if I may, it sound like he was possessed by a demon by the looks of it.
Exactly.
Because in our Bible, it said, well, from what I've been taught in the UPK, is that demons are there to kill you.
Exactly.
And just, so it probably was some type of demon. If
he was going to kill himself, and the people had to talk him out of it and say, nah, what it is, you saw the prophet Gabriel. They lied to him on that one. He didn't see no Gabriel, but that's lucky. Go ahead.
He was so distraught that he set out to climb the mountain and kill himself. Then, according to the account, he heard a voice from heaven looking up, and he saw the form of a man with feet astride the horizon, saying, "O Muhammad, thou art the apostle of God, and I am Gabriel."
See, now he's lying now. Now he's saying he looked up and he saw, "Thou art the apostle of God, and I am Gabriel." One is he learned these names from the Christians that he was around. He learned these names from the Christians that he was around, and he's just throwing names out there. Go ahead.
Muhammad returned to Khadija and told her what had happened. So she immediately went to a Hanif kinsman of hers.
So now she went to a Hanif kinsman of hers. So now this is where Muhammad got the idea of one God, because why? What did the Hanifs believe?
They believed that one. They didn't believe in the multiple gods and believed only one God.
Exactly. So she went to a Hanif kinsman, and that's how they started this whole religion. Go ahead.
Quran Khan. The holy man heard the story of the unhesitatingly pronounced Salakia. My bad. She immediately went to Hanif's kinsman of hers. The holy man heard the story and unhesitantly pronounced his verdict.
Unhesitantly, this man didn't hear it properly, just announced something that's not even true. Go ahead.
Muhammad had been visited by the same heavenly inspiration that had descended to Moses, and he was to be the prophet of his people.
So now this man told me, "Oh, you're supposed to be the prophet of the people. This people here, it said, is meant to be the prophet of his people." Get me? That don't include us, man. That includes their nonsense. Go ahead.
Quran Khan. Muhammad, however, did not assume this role at once. For a long time, she received no further messages from God, and he suffered fears of self-doubt. He then had a second revelation ordering him to begin his work, to rise and warn the people, Muhammad actually began preaching publicly in Mecca in 613 AD. He taught that Allah was not He taught that Allah was not one God among many, but the solitary and eternal sovereign of the universe.
So he taught that Allah's not one God amongst the 300, but he's the God of everything. So that's what he started to teach now. Because he went to a Hanif that hated paganism, so that's why he's teaching that word.
Yeah, fine. And that men must thank him for their existence and worship him only. That's like it. Existence and worship only him. He preached that all believers were equal before God.
And guess what? He preached that all believers were equal before God. But who was he teaching this to? The Arabs. When he's talking about the believers, he's talking about the Arab believers. He was in Arabia. He's not talking about you 1,000 years later in England and Jamaica thinking this. You read that and think he said, listen, where is he teaching? He said what? Read that part one more time. He began preaching publicly where? In Mecca.
Actually, Mecca, yeah. All
right then. So when he teaches, yo, all of you like here, once you convert, you're all equal before God. He's saying that to the Meccans, not to everybody. So when black men read the Quran today and think they're all equal before God, Muhammad was speaking to the Meccans, same like John 3:16 was speaking to the Israelites. It's the same way Muhammad was speaking to the Meccans.
Right.
Now you can't read it 1,000 years later and include yourself. Your black was never in Mecca when he was delivering that speech. Go ahead.
Man would lock toes in the league.
Yeah, exactly. Man ain't locking toes with black men. He ain't doing none of that shit, man. He's there with beer Arabs, man. And he goes, they're all equal. And you know how you know he wasn't talking about everybody? Because Muhammad's followers had a caste system where the Arabs was at the top, then the non-believing Arabs was second, then the slaves was at the bottom, and even a black Muslim was still lower than a non-believing Arab, which lets you know people read it wrong. But go ahead.
He preached that all believers were equal before God and that the rich must share their wealth with the poor. At the same time,
now, remember, so now what you're realizing now is the compilation of the Quran is a lot of Muhammad's preferences. He grew up as an orphan and was poor. Now he wants the rich to share their wealth. So have you noticed everything that he don't like? He's making it, God said this. He's making it law, everything that he don't like. So go ahead.
That men's destiny was in God's hands. There would be a day of judgment for all men. Muhammad thus gave new values to life. Under paganism, it was believed that death was the end of all existence. Now, according to Muhammad, every man would be held accountable in and afterward for his deeds on earth. A stunning concept for a people who had believed that the criterion of success was the wealth a man accumulated.
So now what these pagans believed was, all right, we get all these riches, and then once we die, that's the end. So they was living anyhow trying to get the riches. So he's threatened them with a, yo, there's an afterlife, meaning you might be rich in this life, but you're going to live a horrible life in the next one if you don't give up wealth and do certain things. So that's why he implemented all of that also. Go ahead.
So he's basically using this religion as a ploy to squeeze money from people, right?
Yeah. So what he's doing, because he didn't have a good job and didn't have money, the people that did have a good job and had money, he's trying to make them scared. Or think about it, if you're rich and your whole aim is to get rich and die, you're not scared of nothing because you're living. He's making that he's giving them something to worry about now. So he's giving them something to worry about when it comes to money now. Go ahead.
For those who accepted God and Muhammad as his messenger, he said there would be a justice in this world and a glorious life after death.
So now he told them, any man that accepts Allah and Muhammad as his messenger, you're gonna have a great life in this life and the next. Go ahead.
But for those who did not submit, there would be hellfire and terrible tortures.
See, so they threaten them with hellfire and terrible tortures. Because they believe that when you die, you're in the grave and one rib's on top of the next rib. You heard that? How the grave encloses squashes, yeah? Yeah, it's that tight that one rib's on top of the next rib. And you're in there and you're tormented, and they open the door in your grave and you can see hell, and they say to you, see, because you was good, you're not going there, but if it was bad, you would have went there. Then the ones that are going to hell, the open heaven, say, see, you could have had this, but you're going there. So they're obviously in their grave being tormented. And if you're good, you have a spacious grave where you can walk around in your grave and whatnot. That's just the nonsense that they believe. You can walk around in your grave and you get a spacious one. Hey, go ahead.
First class.
Mm-hmm.
The Prophet's first convert was his wife Khadija.
And his first convert was his wife Khadija. So she was the first convert to Islam. Go ahead.
Who was soon followed by 3 others. Ali, a younger cousin of Muhammad, Zaid, a slave he had freed,
Zaid, a slave, you know. Go ahead.
and Abu Bakr, a man of substance. Abu Bakr and Ali were to play important roles in the rise of Islam. Many of Muhammad's early followers came from the ranks of the poor and downtrodden, who eagerly seized upon his message of hope in this world and the next. However, most of the aristocratic
Quraysh.
Quraysh.
So now they refused to acknowledge him, but let me go to this one.
Say that, what is it again?
Aristocratic.
Salakia. The aristocratic Quraysh not only refused to accept him as a prophet, but greeted him with a fierce opposition.
Oh, see, even his own people understood, like, yo, Muhammad ain't no prophet. They refused to accept him, but
they saw a threat to the whole privilege. They saw a threat to their whole privileged way of life from a faith that made pity rather than position the measure of human worth.
Piety,
Salakia, piety. They saw a threat to the whole privileged way of their life from a faith that made piety rather than position the measure of human worth. They also feared that if Muhammad won large numbers of followers, he could eventually convert his religious power into vast political power and dominate the
They
city.
didn't want him getting political power either. Go ahead.
What is that, Salakia, sir?
They didn't want him getting political power.
Fine. Finally, they saw Muhammad's attack on their pagan gods leading to a loss of profitable trade.
See, imagine this. When they was worshipping the pagan gods, they wanted money for the profitable trade. And now, once Muhammad got rid of their pagan gods, guess who profited off that trade? Muhammad. Guess who promised off Mecca today? Let's see how much money is to go there. Oh shit! Hold on. Let me see how much you got. Huh? How much is a round trip to Mecca? Let's see. That's what it's called, the Umrah package. Let's look up the Umrah package.
The what, Salakia?
Umrah.
Umrah package.
Once when it loads up, I'll let you know. I'll let you know the prices for him. See, look at this. See, departure airport. All right, let me Heathrow, adults 1, enter your phone number. See, that's what I'm saying. Someone has to contact you. I think Mecca nights. You people usually do 10. Medina. See, you have to go Mecca, Medina. 5 nights, room, 1, accommodation, 5-star. All right, let's say I wanted to go from the 14th. Oh, I have to put in a phone number. See, before you can even go there, most of these places you need to put in an inquiry. Let me just see average price. How much is a round trip to Mecca for Hajj round price? Apparently, people say you only can go one way. See, it says a basic package typically starts around 3,000. Mid-range packages offer better accommodations and services start from 6,000. Luxury passages start from 10,000. Says luxury packages can exceed 10,000, including premium hotels and VIP services. Imagine that. 10,000 for you to go there, man. That's the prices that they're charging. That's lucky. Go ahead.
Kalwan Khan. The Quraysh ridiculed Muhammad, calling him a liar and a poet, and suggesting that his revelations were the product of his own imagination. They even subjected some Muslims to stoning and beatings.
So they'll stone some of them and beat them.
Next slide, sir. So,
Yes, lucky. Go ahead.
no problem. That man's destiny was in God's hands. There would be a day of judgment for all men.
So it said there'll be a day of judgment for all men. Yeah, go ahead.
Muhammad thus gave new values to life. Under paganism, it was believed that death was the end of all existence. Now,
So
according to
go ahead.
Now, according to Muhammad, every man would be held accountable in an afterworld for his
So lucky, we
deeds.
read this already, actually. So lucky. Oh, we read that one. That's lucky. Go ahead.
From this time onward, Muhammad's role changed drastically. While in Mecca, he had been merely the religious leader of a small group, somewhat in the tradition of the early Hebrew prophets. But once settled in Medina, he played a new and more powerful role, with increasing spiritual and political authority, in keeping with his new status. The nature of his continuing revelations changed from being purely religious to having greater legislative and social content.
Even they're saying, yeah, his prophecies changed from one thing to another. Go ahead.
One of Muhammad's early problems in Medina was with the Jews there. Several Jewish clans controlled the richest agricultural lands, and had made formal alliances with one of 2 Arab tribes that dominated the oasis. Muhammad, according to the Western scholars, expected the Jews to recognize him as a prophet.
Now, imagine this. He expected the Jews to recognize him as a prophet. And these Jews was like, damn that, you ain't no prophet, man. Go ahead.
Khan, thus strengthening his position in Medina.
And now he wanted them to recognize him as a prophet because it would strengthen his position in Medina. If they recognized him as a prophet, it would strengthen his position. They'd have to be like, yo, Muhammad's a prophet, man, yo. So everyone would be like, yo, the Jews said he's a prophet, so he's a prophet, but they didn't do that. And now you know what strengthens Islam when black people join it, man.
That's right.
Don't join it because now you make another black man join it and another black man and another black man. You've strengthened it now. Don't join it, man. Say no. In jail, let them beat you half to death, man. Say no. Go ahead.
In an effort to win their support, he adopted some of their religious practices.
Okay, so now to win their support, how are you hearing that?
Yeah.
To win their support, he adopted their religious practices. Why do you think they will say to you the Bible and the Quran is the same? It's because he adopted the Jews' religious practices to try and please them because he wanted them to join him. Go ahead.
Among them fasting on the Day of Atonement.
Among them fasting on the Day of Atonement. And that's why they have Ramadan, because they copied the Day of Atonement. Go ahead.
and the custom of praying toward Jerusalem.
And the custom of praying towards Jerusalem, they also copied in the beginning. Go ahead.
A few of the Jews became Muslims.
See, and some of these silly Jews became Muslims. If followed a few of their practices. Imagine if a man follows your practices, so you join his religion. That don't make no sense. You should have got him to join your religion. It would have made no sense. And why would I listen? Imagine I'm doing the original, you know, and the man's copying me, and I join the copy. Why? It don't even make no sense. The dumbest thing ever.
Make no sense.
Money must have been involved. But go ahead.
But the majority saw in the growth of Islam a threat to their own political and economic self-interest.
These are so, yo, this is a threat to our economics, man. Go ahead.
Far from accepting Muhammad as a prophet, they rejected his claim and bitterly criticized him.
They said, yo, this man ain't no prophet, man. Look at what he's saying. They criticized him. Go ahead.
This is black people talking to him, right?
It could be, but there was also converted Jews also.
Come on. Contending that many of his revelations contradicted their scriptures.
Oh, so the Jews understood that Muhammad's revelations contradict the scriptures. So they understood he can't be a prophet of God because what he's saying contradicts the scriptures. And if you know anything about the Quran, it contradicts the Bible. So you can't read both of them. You have to pick one. You can't follow both because one contradicts the other. Go ahead.
Khan. Muhammad, contending many of the scriptures, and therefore, and were therefore false.
And they understood his revelations was false. Them Jews were smart enough to know what this man's saying ain't true. His revelations is false. Go ahead.
Muhammad countered it by saying that the Jews had distorted their scriptures.
So now this is why when you read the Quran and every Muslim will tell you the Bible's been changed, this is why they say it, because the Jews didn't follow Muhammad. And they said to Muhammad, you contradict our scriptures. So he said, no, you have distorted your book. And that's why that lie lives on today. The Bible's been changed. The Bible's been changed.
Okay.
They know if they don't teach the Bible's been changed, it don't say the same thing as the Quran. So they will tell you the Bible's been changed to try and make it fit the Quran, because the Jews understood that Muhammad's revelations contradict their scriptures. So they came up with that lie, the Bible's been changed, and they harp and sing on that lie all the way into 2026. Go ahead.
Khan. Seeing that he could not win the support of the Jews.
So now it says, he said they distorted their scriptures and only the Quran was the true word of God. This is what they will tell you, the Bible's not the word of God. The Bible's been changed. The Bible's been changed. They will tell you all of those things. Hold on, wait, baby, 1 second.
Yeah.
All right. No, sir. How can you call it? We up on the time.
Khan, give the teacher.
We'll continue that one next week. Lucky, go ahead.
Lucky says, any announcements?
Yeah, we got the feast day coming up. Feast of Purim, March. Also, we got class tomorrow. Scripture breakdown, 7 p.m. to 9. Get all your questions answered. On the ends Friday. We got Lashon Kodash Friday, Sabbath service Saturday, and so on. All right, you can call it.
Khan, man of Israel, Madiam Shabbat, Madiam, Barak, Yahweh Bashim Al Shabbat,
Yahweh Bashim Shabbat Kafam,
Yajimata, class dismissed.
For what Israel, Shalom Israel.
Shalom, sir. Christ.